Hey everybody, this is Rustin Rose of Metal Nation and AXS, and joining us today, the amazing Joe Cotela of Ded. How's everything going, man?
Fucking great, man. We just played Rise Above Fest. We're out in Bangor, Maine, and we just had a fucking awesome time.
Isn't that sort of Seethers thing, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, I do. I believe it's a suicide awareness type, it's like a charity event, which is awesome, especially considering what's going on right now. But yeah, we just played. There's a lot of people here. Dragon Force is on right now. Falling Reverse is coming up, and there's like Korn and Seether and a bunch of I don't even know the lineup. There's so many bands. It's awesome.
And you guys just played, had a great set, I'm sure. The debut album, Misanthrope, came out yesterday.
Yeah,
and it is a banging album.
We're fucking amped, man. It's awesome. We've been getting such awesome feedback from everybody, and we're happy that people like it as much as we do.
You know, I'm not sure what I can ask you that you didn't cover in your live chat with your fans yesterday. That had to be a lot of fun to take part in.
That was really cool, man. Doing that with the alternative press is pretty creative with things, and it was cool, man. I mean, you know, there was some fun questions, like if we would fight Chuck Norris and some random stuff like that. So, I mean, it was cool, man. It was a really cool way, hopefully, to talk to some, you know, get closer to everybody, especially being new. People don't know who we are, what we're about, other than just the music and that kind of thing. So it's cool to connect with that way and utilize technology and the things we have nowadays, man. It's really, really cool thing.
Absolutely, and the whole band got to get in on it, and like you said, you got to get Chuck Norris in on it. How can that not be a great thing?
Right. I mean, it's the best. The Octagon, man. It's awesome.
So you guys wrapped up some festival dates with this one, and then you guys, of course, are out with Korn and Stone Sour to wrap up the month. It's been something of a whirlwind year for the band. Does it feel a bit surreal, the response you've had so far and the buzz?
100% surreal, man. You know, like just being out here doing this, and like I think the album it debuted at number 2 on the rock charts behind In This Moment, which we knew was going to happen, but you know, at least we knew we weren't going to beat them for sure. But I mean, it's been crazy, just the reaction, you know, and it's so fulfilling knowing that, you know, we made just music that we wanted to make for ourselves. It's like a band we wanted to hear, and it shows you that there's like a kind of a collective consciousness of people that if it resonates with one of you, it's going to resonate with another person. And to just have this take off the way it has, and just everybody responding to the honesty and the fun involved in the music, you know, it's a combination of the two. And it's just really, I don't know, it's great. You know, like hanging out, like Jonathan Davis and Corey were on each side of our stage watching us yesterday or the day before, and you know, just it's all crazy. It's all stuff that, you know, dreams that we've had when, you know, growing up and that kind of thing. But you know, we're not freaking out about it. We're enjoying it, but we have our eye on the prize, and it's all about, you know, working and growing and you know, doing this thing.
Absolutely. And as we said, Misanthrope out yesterday.
Right.
Is it sort of like a weight lifted that it's finally out there now?
It is, yeah, it is. Like the way we are, we're such like pessimists and shit about things. So we're like, God, fucking album's just something's gonna go wrong. It's never gonna come out, you know, that kind of thing. To have it actually come out again and have such great responses from everybody. I mean, all the reviews I've seen from all the press have been, you know, generally positive and honest. It feels like if they don't like a song or two, and that's totally fine. It is. It feels nice to have it out, and then, you know, because everybody pegs you based off of like the 2 or 3 songs we have, like Anti Everything and FMFY. They kind of just like, oh, so that's what you guys sound like. You guys, which one of those songs do you sound like, or whatever. So now they can hear the whole thing and hear the whole spectrum of sounds, all of the influences, get a nice well-rounded idea of what the band actually sounds like and represents.
Now, I know you guys had a lot of material for this record. Did you choose what you felt were your best songs, or the ones you felt gave the album a good balance and sense of continuity?
Combination of the two. You know, it was the songs that really, you know, got us amped, and then also something that would represent a nice, well-rounded style. You know, because we do have, you know, especially early on, we recorded a lot of songs, like a lot of really, really heavy stuff, and then we had, you know, we experimented with some weird electronic stuff, and you know, we did a lot of things. So we really wanted to try to represent everything that we were putting down over the time, and yeah, we're all stoked on it. We've been jamming it a couple times, you know, in the band since it came out. It's just fun to have it out, and we celebrated a bit, and we love it. We love the flow of it, and it's just, we're so stoked to let everybody have it.
So tell us a little bit about the experience of making this debut album.
I mean, yeah, it's been about a year and a half or 2 years, honestly, since we first met John Feldman and started working on the album. So it's been a long ride, you know, and he was doing other albums at the time. He was doing the Blink album, kind of, and Black Veil Brides, and his own album, the Goldfinger album, through the same time that we were doing ours. So, there was just, and us being a new band, we don't have, the clout to be like, what the fuck, do our shit. But it was like a nice way for us to grow over that time and prepare and get ready for everything that was going to come. So there was a lot of that, a lot of growing, a lot of playing shows, and a lot of, back and forth between LA and Arizona, working in our studio at home with John's studio in Calabasas, and, notes and phone calls and this and that. So much working, and we're all really meticulous and really, kind of anal about a lot of stuff. So we try to make it as perfect as we can. Right. So it was great. It was a great experience. Doing an album with John Feldmann, he's someone that, my first concert was a Goldfinger concert, like when I was little. So, to have that come 360, it's awesome, man. So cool.
How much did these songs change over the course of time when you had this extended period to record it, from when you initially wrote them to when they were finally recorded?
Well, I guess they changed a bit. A lot of them stayed exactly the same as they were when we first wrote them. And we felt like we tried to do different ideas with a lot of them, but we felt, oftentimes you'll feel like your demo or, your first takes when you're fresh and you're enthusiastic and it's brand new to you, you get a little bit more of an energy out of it, rather than something that you've known for a long time. Or sometimes something you've known for a long time grows and mutates into something new and becomes better. So some of them were adjusted in different ways, and some of them were exactly the same as when we first, wrote them and put them down. And
you can totally play with a track too much and totally foobar the song, sort of screw up that raw, organic vibe.
You can, 100%. You can overthink and get sick of it and just it's not as good as it was, or just whatever. Yeah, absolutely. You can crush an idea that way.
Now, you guys are going to be working with Fred Durst at the end of the current run of dates on the Remember the Enemy video. Is that correct?
Yeah, we are. We're going to meet out there after this. This ends, I think, August 2nd is the last one in Ohio, and then we head to LA. Yeah, so we'll get to stop at home for like a day, and then go to LA, and then we're heading up and doing some more festivals in the Northwest.
As I said before, there's a lot of great songs on this album, a lot of continuity. I really like it, but the one that sort of struck me was sort of the one that you put at the end, which was a great way to end the album. And I have no clue what Beautiful is about, but it sounds like a theme song for a stalker come serial killer or an ode for self-loathing. What's the true story?
Well, honestly, I like to keep the meaning of certain songs vague, because I have had so many people hit me up about that, and they think it's about a relationship, or they think it's about, like you said, a stalker, or like this or that. But yeah, for me, it's kind of like that. Yeah, it's kind of like I've never been the super cool, beautiful, perfect everything person, and I think even the people that are that way hate themselves in different ways and don't really feel that way about themselves a lot of times. And it's about like the way that we make the external part of us so important in society, vanity, the way that we look and all that kind of stuff. And it just fucks a lot of us up. And, it's kind of about a lot of different things. It's about that. It's just, innocence as well. It's about, things like that. And, I don't know, man, it's about all kinds of stuff, but it's really fucked up for me. When I wrote it, it was definitely, me and John got pretty down in the studio, teared up a little bit. That was an emotional song for sure, which we don't really tap into in Dead. Usually it's about the aggressive side of things, the fuck you stuff. And I think that song's still kind of fuck you-ish as well in its own way, but it's just a really shitty part of me that feels really, really sick about a lot of things.
Yeah, I really think you guys having that one track there at the end of the record really sort of brings it all together, because like you said, you got a lot of the angry, bouncy stuff on there, and this song sort of gives it all a balance, if you will.
Right. It's kind of a vulnerable moment for sure, which I don't show that side in any of the other songs really. But no matter who you are, no matter what you do, if you're human, you have that vulnerability whether you show it or not. You're just, you're either lying to yourself or lying to everybody if you think you don't.
Nice segue again. I know you guys are playing the Suicide Awareness Festival there today, and we lost Chester Bennington this week, which is such a tragedy for everybody. And I know you guys were big fans, and I don't want to delve into what surrounded his passing, but if they were to make a tribute CD for him, what Linkin Park song would you want Dead to contribute?
Oh, man, it was so weird. Yeah, we were listening to Meteora that morning on the drive to the venue, It just like randomly, and we have we listen to so many different things, and we were listening to that album that day, and it was really heavy. It feels so surreal. He's from Arizona, like it's where we're from, and a lot of people knew him from some early bands, and my cousin went to high school with him and all kinds of stuff, and so it's a very close thing, man. Like, it was being such an enormous band, and he was so influential. Like, the lyrics and a lot of that thing, us growing up, it was huge for us, man. So if they ever did something like that, what song would we do, man? I don't know. I'd be sick to do Paper Cut maybe, or I'd be sick to do Bleed It Out. Would be fucking badass. We jammed that last night. I don't know. There'd be so many songs. It'd be hard for us to pick, but we also want to do it justice too, so we'd have to figure that out. But it's really sad, and it's really the mental health issue going on. I struggle with it myself. My anxiety's crazy. I have days where I'm completely in the gutter for no fucking reason sometimes, and it's just in your makeup. It's just whatever it is. But there's a lot of things you can do as far as diet and going to therapy. Everybody should fucking go to therapy, honestly, when you hit a certain age, I feel like, or when you hit a certain moment in time. I think therapy's huge. And, stay in the moment, be cognitive, don't let your mind run away from you and control you. Be in charge of your brain, because it will get the best of you if you don't fucking control it and you don't stay on top of it. So it's something I'm learning about with myself over the past couple of years. Seeing a lot of the things that Chester was talking about in his interviews and things were things that really were close to me. And, we've all had those dark moments. So it's really just about staying on top of your mental health. And we don't look at it that way. You break your hand, you go to the hospital, you fix it, your mind's broken. Why the fuck don't you fix that? How important is your brain? It's very fucking important. So it's something really close to me. It's something that has affected my family, suicide, things like that. And so I take it very seriously. And it's a real bummer. He's such a force and seemed like such a great guy and everything. So
agreed. And I've got to imagine on some level that making music and performing is sort of your therapy and something of a catharsis for you.
Yes, 100%. It really is. I don't know what I would do without it.
Well, I don't want to leave on a low or melancholy note, so a couple of fun ones before we get out of here.
Sure.
So fantasy football season is starting. Do any of you guys in the band play that, or are you more just Xbox, PlayStation sort of people?
Oh, no, yeah. Well, we do play Madden for sure, but we do fantasy football for sure. Absolutely.
Are you guys all gearing up for your drafts then?
Oh, yeah. Is that happening soon? Yeah, I mean, I don't get crazy into it, like super like drafting and all that, like worrying about that. But I have a general knowledge, and we just have a lot of fun with it. It's just good for shit talking, and when we're watching the games, being able to get behind a couple more teams than you would, because usually you just get behind the teams that you're into. But when you have a player on that team, and then sometimes that player's playing your home team, and you don't know who you want to win the game, and so it just makes it really fun. We have a lot of fun with it.
So what current pop culture trend needs to die an ugly death immediately?
Oh my God, current pop culture trend. I mean, it sounds cliche, but I don't get the spinners. Maybe I need to test one out for like a week or two and see what it's doing for people. But I don't get the spinner thing at all. I don't know what that's about.
Well, it's like it came out of nowhere. It's like I get what they do, but all of a sudden there was
what do they do? They spin around in a circle. What do they do, like, other than that?
Well, the whole idea is it's for people with ADD or ADHD. It just gives them something to do with their fingers instead of fidgeting.
Oh.
It gives them something to play with. And I totally get that. But now everybody's got them because it's now become this new huge toy. And it's like it came out of nowhere, like Pokemon Go did. And, it was this massive fad out of nowhere. And then hopefully it dies just as quickly. But
well, at least Pokemon Go was like a game. Like, I get that. It was kind of fun. Like, it would get you out of the house. People would run around with their friends. Like, that's fun, but I don't get the spinner thing. If you're into it, that's totally cool with me, though. But I just don't need a spinner, I guess, man. I don't know.
So besides stupid interview questions,
yeah,
what is one of your biggest pet peeves?
My biggest pet peeves. My biggest pet peeve is people being inconsiderate to other people. Just in general, just in life, just not stopping and just thinking about shit and thinking about themselves and putting themselves in front of others. I just think when you're just inconsideration is that's all the world fucking needs, is us to just consider each other and just fucking be cool to each other. It seems so simple in my brain, and it pisses me off so bad. If that's even a thing you can pick, but that's what I think.
With you. Yeah. I'm there with you too. Trust me, I get it. So
yeah.
Joe Cotela of Ded, thanks so much for taking some time to chat with us. The debut album, Misanthrope, out now, out on tour with Korn and Stone Sour. You guys be safe on the road, and I look forward to seeing you when you get here to town, man.
Cool. Thanks so much, man. We'll see you soon.